Hi all, good morning. This is Cindhamani, Assistant Professor of Department Artificial Intelligence and Data Science from the college Tech Multitech Dr. Rangarajan, Dr. Sakuntala Engineering College. Today I am going to take a topic on uses of data science, facts of data, data science process from the subject Foundation of Data Science and Analytics. So before we are going to see what uses of data science, we all need to know what is data science. Data science is nothing but it's a data driven. Data driven means if someone is doing the activity, it will collect the data of a particular person, and that data will be useful for an organization or a particular person or organization like that. It's a data driven. Before data science, in traditional method, we used relational database management system. In database management system, we use how we will collect the data and we will store we will collect the data and we have an index value. In that index value we will store the data. The same process only in data science process, but data science process will collect the data of day to day, and the data will be collected. So next we are going to see what are the uses of data science. Uses of data science. Here you can see real-time applications of uses of data science. For example, first we will take a smartwatch. The smartwatch, if you take the smartwatch, what the smartwatch will do, it will collect the data. It will collect the data of our heart rate, BP, pulse, and how much steps we are going to walk. Though these things are the will be collected. These are the data will be collected from the smartwatch. And this smartwatch, how it will be collected? It will be collected by using sensors. So with this help, with the data, whatever the data we collected, with that help of this data, we come to know that how our health our health is good or bad, or we can check our health. So next you can see I have kept the real-time example of Prime Video, Amazon Prime Video. You can see here it's a recommended movie. So here the data how we will get, there is already existing data will be there. For example, already whatever the movie you have watched in the Prime movies, it will come depend on the preference of our whatever the movies we have seen, depend on that it will recommend movies. That is the next example. Next, I have kept their Aadhaar card. This Aadhaar card is nothing but how we will collect the data. If we keep a Aadhaar card, if a person have a Aadhaar card, if they give the number of the Aadhaar card, then if the Aadhaar card will be linked to the bank, our driving license, salary, everything is linked. So if a government need a data about a person, the data whatever collected in that Aadhaar card we can get. So these all the things are the data science. That is, data science is nothing that a data driven. Like the person, some activity is to be collected and it will be used to the organization. And next you can see next I have kept here is some Flipkart, Amazons in that shuttlecock. Flipkart, Amazon, here you can see if you are going to buy a shuttle bat or shuttlecock, if you buy that, it will recommend what are the needs. If you are going to buy a shuttle bat, then what are the needs? Sure, you need a cock. So depend on that object what we are going to buy, the data depend on that, the data will the system will retrieve the data and it will recommend items, what are the items needed for the shuttlecock. So these are the uses of data science. Next topic is healthcare. If you take healthcare, best example is now COVID time. Like there is two vaccine was there, Covishield and Covaxin. So if you take how the vaccine was given, the data were collected, how the Covishield works on the person and how the Covaxin works on the person. So the two data were collected, like that we will say as bioinformatics. Some information healthcare we will collect and we will use it for a future reference. And for here I gave medical image analysis. Medical image analysis is the Xerox, sorry, image like scanning medical means scanning materials. If your eyes is near, if you are taking the eyes, a cataract operation is doing, like they, that and all was done by a medical image analysis. And drug discovery. So we can discovery also, like already I said, Covaxin, Covishield, how the drug was used, how the drug worked on the people, that data was collected, and how the medicine is effective on the people. So that is the drug discovery. Bioinformatics and virtual assistants, like if nowadays for surgery of bones, mainly bone surgery, like that, virtual assistants are very useful. Robotic machines they are using for the operations. So how the robotic operations will be do, because the data already stored in that robotics, and that will perform, that will perform on the virtual, that will be performed by the robots. Next is transport. So for transport, we have a self-driving cars like Tesla. So Tesla, how the Tesla will, here also data already collected and stored in the data already collected, information is stored in the self-driving cars. And enhancing driving experience, like it will always show where is the traffic, how it was showing. So the data is already collected, and the information was sent to, whatever the information we need is sent to the particular person. And car monitoring system, enhancing the safety of passengers. These are the things where the you know, where the application of data science used in the transport. Next is finance. In finance is customer segmentation, strategy detection, algorithm, risk analytics. Like if you are going for a financial banking account or anything, there we can say like how the finance growth we can do, how we can attract the customers. So how, which place the customers were needed of finance, and what are the uh, ads, or what are the finance things we can give, options we can give to attract the customers. So these are the things, these all are the applications of data science used in e-commerce, manufacturing, banking, healthcare, transport, and finance. Next, we are going to see facts of data. What is facts of data? Facts of data is nothing but way of representation, how the data is represented. In this facts of data, we have structured, unstructured, natural language, machine generated, graph based, audio, video, and images, streaming. So these are all the facts of data. These are all the ways of representing the data. So first we are going to see what is structured data. Structured data is nothing but structured data depends on the data model. It's like already a fixed field. It's like, for example, if a table is there, in that table we are going to store the students' information. So that is already, it's a fixed field in that, where students' registration number, students' name, everything was we can able to store. This is a fixed field. And best way of best example for structured data is structured query language, where the best databases for the structure is structured query language. And this is the example of a structured query language. You can see here first name, last name, address, which are stored in on an Excel sheet. And again another example here I have given, which is family name given, and some IDs. So this, where the data is stored in a structured field. This is the structured data. So next is unstructured data. Unstructured data is that it does not, it's not easy to fit a data model. It's not having a specific fixed field, like this it should be, data should be stored. So like this format data should be stored. There is no structure, is an unstructured format. The files does not have specific columns or formats to identify specific things. Yes, different language makes this more difficult. So for example, if you take an email, email is that if you want to send a work email, that email's format was different, and you want to send a personal email, that email format is different. So here it's having some structure, but the format, email is one thing where the format will be different for sending the particular person. This is the unstructured data. And next is, now for unstructured data, this is the example. You can see this example for a mail, like one mail was like, yeah, hi everyone, it's like existing news, some company mail, and this is like a normal format. like how we will use this. There is no format like this also I can like this. First, hi everyone, like this also I can send, or I can attach it some, I can write up in a document and I can attach, and I can also, this is the two formats, the unstructured data example. Next is natural language processing. Natural language processing is a special type of, this is also an unstructured data. It's challenging to process because it requires knowledge of specific data techniques and linguistics. Linguistic means like more language. It's not only a particular language. Linguistics meaning is there is a lot of languages in it. So the natural language processing community has had success in entity recognition, one-to-one recognition, topic recognition, summarization, text completion, and sentiment analysis. It's ambiguous by nature. So entity recognition is one to one. If for example, if you take a Siri, Alexa, there should be a concept, should be like some topic recognition should be. If I want to ask a Siri, Alexa about books, the topic recognition should be known by the Siri and Alexa for their in the natural language. Then that should be summarized. Already the data should be summarized and kept in the natural language process. So the like then only it will give the data, whatever data we are having. So if you have two people listen to the same conversation, you can ask someone like how are you, and the reply will be different like I'm fine. So these two will have a difference. So natural language is somewhat difficult data collecting, uh, but difficult in the data collecting and data storage. Next is natural language programming example is this. Then is machine generated. Machine generated is automatically whatever the data will be automatically generated by the machine is the machine generator. That analysis of machine data relies on high scalable tools due to its high one. So for example, if we take if you are calling the call detail recorders, this is all the automatically the phone will generate the call records. We no need of storing a person like this minutes, so it will automatically record. And the web server logs, so when like what are the accessing, everyone accessing web server logs, call detail records, network event logs, these all are the machine generated facts of machine generated examples. So this is the machine generated data example. Next is graph. Graph or network data is in short data that focus on the relationship or adjacency of objects. The graph structures mainly uses nodes, edges, and properties to represent and store graphical data. Graph-based data is mainly will be helpful for the social networks. And social networks, like how it will be helpful for social networks, if you take a Facebook or a LinkedIn, if John is connected to Bob and Bob is connected to some other Marina like that, but Marina and John will be friends for this. But Bob don't know that John and Marina are friends, but Bob is not but Bob will be common to both. But Marina won't. Marina also common to John, and Marina will be a friend of another person, but they won't connect to Bob John. So like this, this is the mainly the graph-based data will be helpful for social networks. So graph database are used to store graph-based data and are queried with a specialized query language such as SPARQL language. So these are the examples for the graph-based language. This is where I already said Jack. Jack is connected to Elizabeth. Here Florin. Florin is connected to the Jack and Jack Elizabeth. But this Jack not only connected to Florin, he connected to ER, Myra and Elizabeth, Lucilia. But this Florin and is connected to William. But this William is not connected to Jack, but he is connected to Florin. So this Florin is connected to Jack. So these are all the connectivity. Mainly it will be used in the business and LinkedIn. So next you are going to see audio, image and video. Audio, image and video main task. It's a very main task and trouble for humans, such as recognizing objects in pictures is very challenging to the computers. High-speed cameras at stadium will capture ball and athletic movements to calculate in real time. For example, path taken by defender relative to baseline. Like it's high-speed camera. Like with camera when it was in live, taking a picture in a camera is very tough. For example, autonomous car. If you take a Tesla, Tesla will need to calculate the pictures, everything. So it's very tough and challenging for computers to keep the data of audio, image, and video. Streaming data is live matches. Live, for example, live matches or all are the streaming data. The data flow in the system when an event happen instead of being loaded into a data store in a batch. Like batch and stream is different. Batches or data will be if any video is recorded and it is stored means it's a batch. And if streaming is like live, whatever the data is coming or live stream, we already know the streaming means it whatever the data is there, it's automatically will be come to the data is stored as a streaming. This is the difference of streaming and batching. So these are all the facts of data. Next, we are going to see data science process. There are six steps in the data science process. First is setting the research goal, retrieving data, data preparation, data exploration, data modeling, presentation, and automation. So here the data science process, first we will see if any organization is there, that organization is going to give you a client is going to give a project or anything. First you need to ask an interesting questions to the client. So the client will, you need to ask an interesting question and repeatedly question till you are understanding what the client needs. And then after that what the client needs you are getting, then you want to collect the data. Then after collecting the data you want to explore the data, like patterns, which pattern it will. Next to model, next to build the data, depend on the data collected and depend on the explored, we need to model the data. After that you need to communicate and visualize the result. Communicate and visualize the result is like you need to tell this how we need to predict the future and how it's going to be a past of, like for 1 week project means this 1 week how you are going to do and how you are going to complete the project. These steps are you are going to tell. These are the same thing will be the process one same. How the project is given, client is given to the customer the project, the same way is happened in the data. The third phase is after collecting the data. The third phase is data cleansing, data integrated, data transformation. Data cleansing. After data cleansing is whatever the unwanted data. So for second step, what we will do, we will collect the data. Like a raw data, we will collect. In the third step, what we will do, we will cleanse the data. Whatever the repeated, duplicated data, we will omit. And data integration is we will join the data, whatever the join data. And data transformation is, for example, if I'm having a YouTube, in India, we will have a followers like 1 million YouTubers, followers, 2 million YouTube. But uh, in abroad, it's 1 million, 2 million. But in India, we will have a 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 3 lakh followers. So I need to store the data in lakhs or millions. So that like that a transformation. So I will store the data in lakhs. Like I will convert the data of the foreigners YouTubers also to and I will store in a lakh itself. Like the transformation, we will whatever the data transformation we need, we will transform the data. Then the fourth step is data exploration. Data exploration is whatever the data we collected, we are going to give a patterns or correlation and deviation based on the descriptive techniques. And the final one is modeling, model building. Depend on that data set graphs, we will give a model building, like how when will the project started, how the project is going, how the fund is going. So like that a model building will be done. The last step is data science model is presenting your results and automatic the analysis. So we are going for the real time. After completing these all six steps, we are going to uh, analyze the result. Depend on the data, we are going to predict the future and how the our organization is going to run. All will be done. So this all six step is not a mandatory, but if it is a six steps, if we follow, we won't get any flaws in the data science process. Thank you.